Okay, so 2 warrior start. Excuse me, 2 animal start. Not terrible, not the greatest either, though. Going off. Alright, let's see. Ooh, player 2 spawn. It looks to be about the same, except on the edge of the map with more water. Going for the same play. Looks like. Ooh, a village. That's nice. Whoa, ruins or a village. Always a hard choice. Player 1's going off, going into the south. There's got to be a village down there. Player 2 chooses the village and ends his turn. Wow, these guys are playing so fast. And is player 1 going for forestry? Gonna make... Oh, and he can't level up his cap since there's only 2 forest tiles. Going for hunting. Workshop or goes for workshop. Interesting. Player 2 going off in another village. What is player 2's gonna be? He gets fishing. Oh my gosh, and there's 2 whales. This is looking good for P2, folks. 2 whales. What a big boost for turn 3. What a big boost. Now let's see what he does with all these stars. Yeah. Workshop or explorer? Oh boy, and he sees P1. And discovers him and gets forestry. Oh boy, folks. So what is he going to do now? Is he going to get riding? He does get riding. And is probably going to get a rider in his... Yep, he gets a rider in his cap. Let's see what P1 does. He has no idea P2 can see him already. Because he got a workshop. I mean, that's a better economy. Pros and cons for everything. Leveling up his northern city. Resources, yep. Gets another warrior. 2 warriors, interesting. Wonder where he's going to send that capital warrior off to. Player 2 gets roads. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Oh, and he used the village acting as a road mechanic. Wow. And he kills the P1 warrior right off the bat. Does another chop, another road. Oh, to get the ruin. Very nice play for P2 for this turn. Ooh, P1 got riding. And he does send it off to the corner. Doesn't want to be too aggressive. P2 already killed one of his warriors. Goes for workshop again. P1's really going for economy in this game. Hopefully it'll pay off in the end. Resources, yep. Is he gonna get a rider in his cap? Yep. Alright, P2. Oh boy, ruins. Nomadic tribe? Not bad, not bad. Definitely not bad. Gives you plus 5 stars and plus 1 star per turn. Very nice. Road connections. Oh, to level up Gru. Yeah. Close enough. Nice. Okay, let's see. Is he going to attack that warrior? My guess is no. And wow, he's just going all out with his economy building. Riders, roads, forestry. Right now, it looks like he's set. Though it's not guaranteed, of course. For this stage of the game, of course. Going for 2 more riders. Oh boy. P1 has no idea what's coming to him. This is the sad part. Doing advancement of warrior. That's good. Yep, and there's the village. And oh boy, water. Ooh. Preparing for... Gonna get another warrior there? He's thinking. He's thinking about it, doing the calculations. And he gets a warrior. Is he gonna get roads? Or is he going to get 2 riders, 1 rider? He's doing the calculations, and he does get another rider. Both players are rider spamming now, but only player 2 has roads. This looks like an easy counters. 5 health point rider take out 5 health point. What's the 10 health point gonna do though? Could have had the 10 health point kill it, and then the 5 heal. Minor misplay for player 2. It's a warrior, and is he gonna get another 2 riders in his other cities? Just thinking about which tech to get next. Nope, going for 2 riders. Player 1's up. And oh boy, lots of riders show up and kill both of his warriors. Not looking good for him. But he has roads. Roads are good. Connecting the cities. Gonna level up his capital. Can't forget about that Eastern Warrior. And that warrior's gonna go off to the south, where there's land. Let's see, is he gonna attack with the warrior? Yup, he does. It might be killed anyway, though. That's a debatable play. That rider, though, is he putting... That rider actually might be in danger with the amount of riders that showed up before. Gonna go for another rider. Alright, lots of riders for P2. Oh boy. Yep. Now, is he gonna try to siege, or is he gonna attack the rider? Yeah, rider. Because it has 1 defense. Doesn't have enough units this turn to siege the city. He runs away instead of heals. Interesting move. Gonna go with more units? Looks like it. Another round. Warrior and 2 riders. Player 1's up. Things aren't looking good for P1. Player 2 is constantly hitting them with all their riders. And as always, there's a lot of good strategists in this game said. Good offense is a good defense is a good offense. The interesting thing, though, is despite the will boost of player 2, player 1 is actually with more income once he takes that city and stuff. And is he going to go for another rider? Just doing some calculations. Maybe he's thinking about getting a giant. Nope, going for another rider. Giant would definitely help either of these players in this situation. And wow, P2 has quite a few riders. Knights are definitely a possibility in the near future. And it's not necessarily who gets knights first in this case. Because, yeah, you can get knights, but what happens when somebody else comes with a giant or 2 or 3? Going in with the kill. Oh, advance the warrior again. And this time, he has 3 units spare. He's going to siege the city. Whoop. And there we go. First siege of the game. Is he going to get even more riders? P2 has to be careful. If he spends too much of his money on riders, player 1 will come in with knights and giants. He gets another 2 riders. Interesting. defenders would be a possibly a viable option for P1's case, because it would definitely slow the advance of P2. However, it would sink some of their stars into getting the defender tech. And as of right now, they don't even have organization. So defenders would be quite a ways yet. Looks like he's thinking about it. It's definitely going to get a warrior there is my guess. Doing some more calculations. And looks like he's going to pop a giant. There we go, folks. First super unit of the game. And he's putting the Perk of Fortune. Arguably, looks like he realized it. Arguably, the Perk of Fortune should have gone onto the front city so you can get a giant there. Because a giant in the back, even with roads, will have a 2.5 turn delay to be in the same spot. Nothing he can do now. He does get plus 2 stars per turn at least, so it wasn't a terrible move. P2 is thinking. Trying to imply he's going for knights. Some of his riders are pretty beaten up. Looks like he's going for another siege. And this time he's going to siege with a warrior. He's going to heal them all. Is he going for knights? Is he going to get free spirit? Another warrior in that city? Yep. Now is he going to get any more riders? That's the question. He could get one more rider and save for tech, or he can just save for tech. Another option is, now that's getting later into the game, is math with sawmills. One rider. And player 1 has to deal with yet another siege. Thankfully, he has a bunch of riders and stuff, so that city will not be lost easily. Oh, and he goes into the advance and there finds an 8 health point rider. That rider's dead. But it's not that big a loss. Not sure why he put that rider there. Oh, he's gonna use it as a meat shield. Interesting choice. Another warrior again. And looks like he's going for the giant. P1 now has 2 giants. P2 has 0. And that's quite a bit of resources for that city. Going for workshop again. P1 is really going for eco this game. Now here's the question. P2 was originally thinking going knights. Goes for math. Let's see how well he uses those sawmills. $14 stars. If he gets... He can't get too many units to really use sawmills this turn. Is he gonna hit... he's gonna kill the rider. P2's consistent with advancing his warrior into enemy territory. Is he gonna get a catapult? Warrior? Thinking about it. Warrior. Goes for warrior. Riders wouldn't necessarily be helpful in this situation because P1 is going to advance with a giant very soon. And looks like P2's about to make their own giant. Goes for border growth, and there's quite a few forest tiles. Let's see if he does a bunch of chops. There's one giant. Got the Park of Fortune. Is he going to use the Park of Fortune in this city? He's doing quite a bit of chopping. Looks like P2's going for yet another giant in this city. Opting to save their Park of Fortune. Or maybe they're going to use it. No, looks like P2's going for the chopping and is using his sawmill. And there's a second giant for P2. So right now P1 and P2 both have 2 giants. And it looks like they're going to get into a standstill soon. Oh. He's going to get another giant. Figuring out best placement for the Park of Fortune. And there we go, folks. 3 giants. Really using up that sawmill. Well played. Personally, if I would have seen all those chops, I would have been a little bit scared after seeing 2 giants appear. Wow, this is going to be interesting. And there's a ruin. Awesome. All's not lost for P1. They definitely have an eco advantage still. P2 has 3 cities. P1 has 5. And he's going to hit that rider. Yep. And he advanced another warrior. Not sure if that's going to do any more, though. Yes, indeed. As a listener pointed out, P1 definitely has a military. P1 has an economic advantage, and P2 with military, with their whale boost. What's he going to do with all those stars? He goes for organization. And he opts for... Is he going to opt for another berry or 2 roads? Goes for 2 roads. And, of course, stars. Yeah, that ruin could definitely change the game. If P1 researches fishing beforehand and gets sailing, that could greatly help them get into the water and expand even further. Because it looks like the start of a blockage for the land is going to start very soon. Levels up cap again, goes for border growth. Is P2 going to advance the giant into 2 giants? Probably not. Nope. Doesn't look like it. See, and he gets a catapult. This is going to be the start of a standstill, most likely. Advances another warrior. That is definitely a well-defended catapult. Question is he going to get another one? Because 1 catapult, that's not that scary. 2 or 3 or even 4, that's very scary. You don't want to... Now, what P2 doesn't want to do is invest in a ton of catapults, because once P1 manages to get past the giants, they can chain all the catapults and they're dead. Alright, P1's turn. Another village. That's nice. So P1 is still expanding. P2 isn't. It's going for math. Think about it. He's a really good simul spot for his cap. Level 6. Thinking. And he goes for math. Is he going to level up his cap? Yup. And another giant for P1. So P1 has 3 giants, P2 has 3 giants. P2 also has a catapult, though. P1 just got math, so he can't afford a catapult right now. Now is he gonna use that catapult or move it and get another? And oh boy, we got 3 giants guarding 2 catapults. P1's gonna have a hard time getting through that. Is he gonna use his warrior to sacrifice? Or is he gonna keep it there? Because either way, either tiles wouldn't be blocking anything. Since they're both being used. Just thinking, is he gonna get attack? Gonna get catapult riders? Wouldn't necessarily make any sense to get more riders since he has so many. Granted, they're not all full health, but... And it's P1's turn. And just as I guessed it... Oh! An explorer for 1 tile! That's not good. Not even fishing or anything. Hindsight, P1 probably... Well, he could have gotten fishing, but it wouldn't have been a guarantee if he would have got sailing. It would have just increased his chance for sailing rather than... Well, sorry, I'm saying wrong. Anyways, it's... P1 still has an economic advantage, so that's good. He's still expanding. It's just that deadlock is going to be very costly, and his giants are going to be very dead soon if he doesn't do anything. And he looks like he's going for another giant in his cap. And he gets fishing anyway. Oh, there's 1 whale. But P1 has so many cities, the whale isn't worth it. Gets another giant. So P1 has 4 giants, 0 catapults. Going for another giant. Population? Yep, population. Yep, he's going for another giant. It's all the way back there, though. Not necessarily beneficial right away. Perhaps he should have gotten a catapult in Arklin. Oh, and he advances the giant. Oh, boy. Because he does see those 3 catapults and goes, well, might as well advance, is my guess. This is not looking good for P1. He's sending his giants to the slaughter. And he starts killing with the catapults. 3 catapults and a giant. 1 giant's already dead. And he does 2 hits to the other one. Oh boy. P2's forcing P1 to attack with his 3 catapults in the back. Very good strategy. And P2 goes for sailing to continue expanding. See, what else can P2 do? P1's kind of regretting his choice of advancing his giants. Now he gets a catapult. Yeah, he probably should have gotten a catapult previous turn. Though 1 catapult... I mean, it's better than nothing. But 1 catapult can only help so much. Ideally, he'll have 2 or 3, and P2 already has 3 catapults in place behind his giants. Goes for workshop again. You got to hand it to P1. At least they are getting a significant income. You got to keep in mind, though, that tax increase with all the cities you get. And if you have some bigger ones and some smaller ones, it averages out the technology cost. So P2 actually can get tax cheaper. You're going to get a sawmill, go get another giant. Looks like he's going for another giant in that city. Gonna heal? Yep, he does. Alright, so P2 has 3 catapults, 3 giants, and P1 has 4 giants, 1 close to dead, and 2 catapults, though the catapults aren't in position yet. And that's very critical for catapults, because once they move, they can't attack. And they can't attack if they're in range. Ooh, boy. And he's going in for a siege. Not looking good for P1. Ooh, 1 health point. Is he going to advance it? He does. Maybe he should have finished it off with a rider and healed his giant, though that may or may not be a minor difference. Ooh. He also has naval support. Oh, poor P1. Got another porter, and is he gonna get the whale? Gets a warrior to get another ship. Basically a free port for P2. And now he can get boats twice as fast into the water. Oh boy. Not looking good for P1. P2 is going to go for another giant. Yup. Kind of expensive giant, but definitely helps keep up the front. Let's see P1 recover from this. It's definitely recoverable, but it's getting trickier and trickier. Roading up the giant, getting catapults in. Oh. Yep. P2 forced P1 to use his catapult instead of move and get another one. So P2 only has 2 catapults in position. Just thinking. Another thing to consider is we're slowly getting into the late game, and P1 got a lot of population instead of border growth, reducing the amount of cities that are connected to the water. So if this goes into late game, P2 has an advantage, even though P1 has an economic advantage right now. And P1 gets sailing. Is he going to get a port? He can't get in a unit in the water yet. Just thinking. Is he going to get a port for that city? Oh, yeah, if he does a chop, he's able to get a giant there. Though, again, that's a southern city. It's not beneficial right away. And another giant. And P2's like, well, I have more catapults. I can siege again. Oh, boy. P2's forcing P1 to be on the defense. Not looking good. Those 3 catapults are a great help. They're all in position. P1 can't get in with knights because the giants P1 has to focus on unsieging rather than the offense. And P2 got Nav, exploring the water already. And another unit for boat. So you gonna attack the... No, he opts for exploring. Good move, looks like. Gonna get a warrior, rider. Rider's able to get into the boat next turn. That's like the 3rd giant that died in P1's case. He does have 2 catapults, but again, he forces a giant to unsiege. Got a giant in the water, though it's quite a ways from the front. Not sure why he moved that warrior onto that city. It does have road connection, But if you do want to get a unit there, it won't be possible since you have 30 stars. Looks like he realized his mistake. And he opts for shields. Oh boy. And he only has one port. P2's exploring the ocean. Goes for that. Oh boy, another village in ruin. This time, yeah, he can wait, since he has 3 catapults. As long as that giant, and now he has 2 in the front. All he has to do is keep those giants healthy enough, and P1 can't come in with knights. Another 2 units in the boats. He's got so many ships he's running out of population space. Oh boy. The interesting thing score-wise is that P1 is still ahead. Thinking about organization for shields. What is P1 going to do with this? What he can do is get his catapults into position ready for when those giants advance. No, he doesn't get a ship. Maybe he's planning on using those 5 stars for something else. Gets 1 catapult into position. And there's mountains blocking some tiles. Is he going to get climbing? And he gets climbing. And, oh, interesting. He puts it on that mountain instead of the other one. The other one would have been, well, P1 is most likely anticipating a giant advance on P2. That's probably why he put the catapult back there. Is he going to put the giant in front of the catapults? No, he heals. Interesting. Oh, if he would have put it in front of the catapults would have most likely opted to slice the giant instead of the defender. P2's turn, and oh boy, lots of options for P2. P1, not so much. Oh, no ruin there. Ooh, P2 has land control and sea. Catapult's got to do something. -3 stars for P1, but cost the action of 2 catapults for P2. And in P2's case, that's a favorable trade. If he advances that catapult there, it's going to be killed by the other one. Is he going to retreat it? He does. Is he going to send it in his giants, or is he going to wait? Looks like he's planning knights again. He's thinking, because he has a city to capture, so if he wants to get some tax, he wants to do that before he captures the city. He's thinking, and he goes for chivalry. Knights are going to pop up soon. And he doesn't have organization, so he can't level up that city yet unless he gets a port. And that would be a 5-turn payback. Not very high. Definitely better to get a knight or 2. Is he going to get a second one? He does get a second one. Interesting that he got it in his port city instead of the other land city. Well, P1 does have 1 catapult in position. So that's good. Is he going for navigation? P1 is indeed going for navigation. See, what is P1? Is he planning on getting another? Oh no, he can't get another giant there. but he can get boats into the front. Is he gonna get battleship? Yep. No? He's thinking about it. Exploring. He can get a battleship this turn with his stars, but he won't be able to make another port. And he got a giant battleship, and there's already enemy boats and ships blocking his place. Can't really advance very fast. Oh, and another thing to point out is that port is in line of fire of 2 catapults. Used to be 3, but P2 put 1 behind. Oh, P2 didn't get a knight in that city for a surprise attack. Good planning on P2's part. Explore. Oh boy, look at that. Ruin? Another ruin. Oh, whoop. Looks like he tried to go to that tile. Most likely, yeah, not a ruin there. What's he gonna do with this catapults? Kill the shield? Kill the boat? Oh, yep. 1-hit shield coming with the knight. Oh boy. Now, one thing he can do is get ships, go to the coastline, and then. But yeah, star-wise, that wouldn't make sense. Looks like P2's second knight isn't very useful this turn. And he's going out for an all-out advance and a siege. Let's see. Figure out, is he gonna... Yep, he advances his knight. Is he gonna spam 3 more? Advances catapult. Even if P1 had knights. Well, if P1 did have a couple knights, or is able to catapult that veteran knight, he is able to make a chain, but P1 doesn't even have free spirit yet. Because he's been on defense. P2's leveling up a city, getting up their economy. Score is pretty dang close. P2 has a lot of explored tiles for the ocean, so that definitely helps with their score. And he does advance. Opts to, well, yeah, doesn't matter too much. It's 1 health point, though. Might as well shoot the giant. And he gets a warrior to probably hit that battleship with. 2 stars, not too expensive. Gives another 2 units to get another 2 ships. Things are not looking good for P1. P2's on a full frontal assault, and all P1 has is a giant battleship, which can only hit 1 unit at a time. And it's trapped with a rider boat. Just thinking, is he giving up already? Oh, found a ruin. Yeah, looks like P1's choice is to, oh boy. Yeah, he has to use his giant, and that giant is gonna be dead. Gets a ship, yep. So it looks like P1's going for their navy, since they can't really do much else. So yep, he shoots the boat. Trying to get his navy, at least a small navy. Because right now P2 has the naval advantage as well. Going for defender spam. Oh boy. 4 defenders. Opts for warrior? Yep, because Rider would retaliate even though it has 1 defense. P2 already has 2 island nations. 2 island cities. And looks like he's gonna road to that ruin. Cost him 6 stars though. 5 stars for that one. Is he gonna hit the battleship or goes for the ship? Gets another 2 boats. If P2 plays their units in their front right, this game will definitely go to P2. And off with the catapult hits. Now, is he going to get climbing? Yep. Because while, in this case, climbing isn't necessarily useful for the vision, it's definitely useful for getting onto the tiles. And P2 could have sieged this turn. He opted for going to the closest shield instead of the capital shield. Small misplay on his part. Kind of looks like P2's going to win anyway, though. And he's going for another knight. Oh, that's right. He wouldn't have been able to siege because only one unit can get close. Okay, my mistake. And is he going to retreat 1 space? 2 spaces. Definitely gets a catapult, yeah. P1's on pure defense now. Yeah, defenders isn't going to help much. He has a giant battleship, but... oh, poor P1. He can't really do anything. Yeah, that city of Flaro's a lost cause. At least he has some navy, but that navy can't help with the front. I mean, he has some navy that can help, but they have limited firepower because 1 unit, 1 hit. Goes for even more boats, gets another defender. Interesting. Yeah, looks like it's kind of over. Two ruins. 3 population, and a giant in the corner of the map. Don't think that's going to help. He could disband it for 5 stars. Opting for more exploration. Yep. Very determined to get that tile for some reason. He disbands the mostly dead knight. Good. See, oh, and he's going for organization. And, ooh, got a hit on this giant battleship with the catapult. Is he going to advance that one? Ship. Yeah, nope. The ship is too low in health points to kill that defender. He's going to advance on the mountain. Yep, mountain. Yeah, I suppose the mountain is slightly more inland. Don't believe it'd make much of a difference. And P2 sieges P1's capital. This might be game. Hey, now that P2 has Orc, he can finally level up that city. Goes for Explorer. Now you can see pretty much all of P1's stuff. So you gonna disband the giant and get another knight, though he probably doesn't need it. Oh, that's right, he can't disband it this turn because the giant is in a can't move state at first. And 1 health point. If he would have had that shield 1 tile closer, could have unsieged. Though at this point, it doesn't matter, folks. It's game. Mining. Yeah, that's not going to help. P1's not able to giant pop. It's too expensive. Is he going to even bother to move any of his units or just let his opponent take him? Yeah, with his current stars, he can get For 15 stars or 20 stars, he can get 4 population, but he'll need another 3 to level up in Papa Giant. And that's game, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I may or may not do some more of these in the future, though of course I will be focused on me playing against someone else, not me versus me with me commentating, though. I find it kind of fun. Just don't expect it very often. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stuff, and there's the whole map, and join my Discord, Friendly Polytopia. This is where I do a lot of my stuff, including live games. Peace.